I had to be forced to chant. Really. We didn't want to, in the temple with Maharaji, there was a room around the side where the kirtanwalas sang all day long, Hare Krishna all day long, early morning till late at night. And we used to sing with them when Maharaji was inside. But as soon as he came out, we would run to be with him, because that's what we wanted to do. So one day towards the end of the rainy season, when the temple closes in the winter, one of these Indian kirtanwalas kind of came on to one of the Western women, tried to seduce one of the Western women there. So, of course, Maharaji found out about it, and in about 10 minutes, all 20 of these guys were loaded onto a truck with all their stuff, driven down to the train, sent back home to Vrindavan. So one of the people in the temple said, "Baba, you just kicked out the kirtanwalas. Who's going to sing now?" The Westerners. Oh. This was not good news. Because we had to sit in this little room, right, around the side, and we couldn't see him when he came out. And we used to do it in shifts, a couple of hours at a time, 3 hours, 4 hours. And if he came out, he didn't spend that much time with us, maybe an hour, 20 minutes sometimes a day. So if he came out while you were singing, you didn't get to see him. It was terrible. We had one instruction: sing. And no instruction about stopping. So it's scary. How long is this going to go on? So, I'd be singing, I'd be sitting there, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. And, I figured this is a good time to relive my life, to think about everything that happened to me in my whole life. So, Hare Krishna, because I certainly didn't want to pay attention. I tried to pay attention a little bit, but, okay. Hare Krishna, Hare. Yeah, I remember when I was 3 years old. Hare, and the singing's going on, but I'm thinking about other things, I'm thinking about, stuff that happened when I was growing up. And then, I remembered my old girlfriend, back in America. Hare Krishna. And then I remembered she broke up with me. Hare. It was torture, really. But after a while, something actually began to happen. And nobody was more surprised than me, because I wasn't expecting anything to happen. He said to sing, we sing. That's it. I wasn't doing it for any reason, But what happened was the mantra just got more comfortable, right? And it just kind of flowed more easily. And thoughts would come, and they just kind of passed through. They wouldn't hang around very long. And the mantra, the chanting, got to be, it felt like home. And then the thoughts would come through, boom, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. It was amazing. It was the first time in my life that I'd been freed even the slightest bit from thinking, from the stuff in the mind going all the time. It was amazing. So, without that experience, I don't know that I would have started chanting later. But because he forced, and it was even worse, you see, there was this big microphone hanging from the ceiling that was left over from World War I. And it was blasting our miserable chanting to the whole valley. And all these women picking potatoes in the field going like, what is that, man? tell you. So, we must, if you want to find out what's going on, you have to do a practice. You have to devote some time to it, which is hard to do in our lives because it's so busy. Everything's so fast and so full of stuff. So it's good to take time away to do some practice on a weekend or a week, or, it's a good thing to do for ourselves. We need that time. Otherwise, boom, next life.